Good morning, and congratulations to the graduating class of 2020. No, you don't want anything to do with 2020. You're the graduating class of 2021. And let me start by acknowledging you pulled this off in the midst of a global pandemic. I believe you should take pride in the fact that you kept your eye on the goal. I want to congratulate UW Oshkosh, along with graduates, for protecting your fellow students. Graduates, you protected your faculty and your staff when others around the country struggled mightily. So graduating today, your resumes had better say, proven to get results. So let's talk about how you pulled this off during a pandemic. You did this by taking action. Actions such as hand washing, masking, testing, distancing, and limiting exposures. Oh, and then there was the studying, the writing, the long nights, and testing again. And let's take an appropriate pause here. I bet this time last year, you had no idea that a Q-tip could go that deep through your nose to the base of your brain. Not once, not twice, but for some, all throughout the year. Some would say you got lucky, that your actions turned out to be the behaviors you needed to achieve these results. And not every goal has the correct behaviors identified that must occur to get results. For example, if we want to write a novel, the behavior shouldn't be to sit down and write for 2 hours a day. That may not produce a single word. The behavior should be to actually write 10 pages a day. And everyone on this campus knew how the effort was going, regardless of when it was going well or when it was going badly. It was your transparency, reflecting on your actions, that produced your results. So celebrate that you get results. Most people actually start defining the problem statement, digging out the root cause, and then trying something to get the results. You are brilliant. You went backwards. You identified your goal that you must achieve, zero COVID. You studied what specific behaviors will cause that result, and you found a way to influence those behaviors, and you measured your outcomes. For the love of God and all that's holy, we can actually stop right here, and I and any intelligent person will hire you on the spot, as that is the best recipe for successfully getting results, and you know how to do it. Now, life isn't only about getting results, but that ability can be considered an accelerator for your life and your career. People focus a lot on the accelerators, but often don't pay enough attention to the brakes. Now, being a Navy guy, let's call these brakes arresting cables, and these cables will stop you dead in your tracks. Let me start with the story. My mom and dad were early on in their marriage, and my father was an officer in the Air Force. And once, while at a party, my mom asked a bigwig general what she could do to help accelerate my dad's career. His answer was simple. Joni, there is really nothing you can do to accelerate Skip's career, but there is an awful lot you can do to slow it down. Mom listened to that advice and never did anything to either speed up or slow down Dad's career. Where do you think those arresting cables are going to be that might slow down your career? Now, when you land on an aircraft carrier, you have 4 cables beneath you. And as you approach, the first one seems like a good idea, but it is actually the closest one to the edge of the boat, and it is dangerous. Be careful catching the one wire. The second and third wires are the ones you want. Those are the ones you want to shoot for. And the fourth wire, that just means you barely got it, but you got it. Now, I did not spray this gray hair in this morning. So I would like to think this is some legitimate gray hair advice that I'm going to try and give you this morning. Are you ready? Choose your partners wisely so that you are surrounded by love. Find purpose in everything you do. And learn to live contently within your means. I'm going to say this again, this time with feeling. Choose your partners wisely so that you are surrounded by love. Find purpose in everything that you do. And learn to live contently within your means. So right now, my job is to run a hospital. But my purpose is to be valuable to others. I'm hoping to be valuable to you. When I was 15, I got a job as a busboy at the Inland Harbor Seafood Restaurant. Brian was 17, and he onboarded me. He onboarded me with the challenge to be better than him. And he was as good a busboy as I've ever seen. That challenge became my purpose. I worked to bus tables faster and faster and faster with no forks flying, no drink spilling, absolute silence, wiping every inch with a spotless towel. And I'm serious. You could not see my hands moving. It was so fast. There was not a night that went by that someone didn't comment on the effort and how close to perfect the job was. And routinely, I would get job offers stating, if I cared that much about bussing tables, you can absolutely come work for me. So even if it is bussing tables, find purpose in everything that you do. Sounds easy? That advice will prove to be a great challenge. So what might also significantly slow down your career, but you can fix easily? Your inability to hear feedback when it's being offered. I'm going to ask you to do this one behavior to improve your ability to hear feedback. Now, I'm serious. I need you to commit to responding to feedback in one specific way. Say thank you. Nothing else. Say thank you. Pre-program this response such that whenever someone is offering feedback, positive and negative, you already know your response. Not the clever, here's why I think your feedback is wrong response. Just a simple thank you. By removing your need to think about a response, you actually allow yourself to actively listen and hear the feedback. Take what you hear and process it later. What you ultimately do with the feedback is up to you. But don't be that person who is incapable of actually hearing the gift of feedback because your brain was going 100 miles an hour. The amazing thing is, after you respond thank you, you just might get more valuable feedback in the future. So what is another arresting cable that might slow down your career, but you can fix easily? Believe that you are capable of expanding your intelligence. And even more important, believe that you can expand your emotional intelligence. Don't leave UWO without the ability to challenge what you have been taught. And don't hold so tight that you can accept that some of what you learn will eventually be upgraded. I've been doing surgery since 1988. It's now 2021. And if we can argue today the best way to treat something as sacred as appendicitis, should we use antibiotics or should we use surgery? If that's on the table, there is nothing else that's off the table. Don't hold on too tight. And emotional intelligence? Well, I'm honestly still trying to figure that out every day. And while I am barely above average in this category, I am proud to stand before you as the most improved. Living proof that you can expand emotional intelligence, and absolutely convinced that this will be either very, very good or very, very bad for all of your careers. So that's it. The summation of congratulations and advice, hopefully to prove valuable to you. Thank you so much for the opportunity to spend the day with you. Oh, and don't forget, remember to live east of where you work. Thank you.